Hey guys, I am back over on Copernicus Corner, on Watcher's Realms here. We got some mine goods to pick up. We've got 3,450 coins, 2,200 XP potions, 14 stamina, 1 diamond, 2 mithril, and 1 chest, which apparently contains 2 insignia of Mages 3. Excellent. Pop out of there. I've done some of the dailies and whatnot like that. So we're down to, like, here's a hero's visit person over here. Looks like Volka. Commander, are you the one leading this troop? She says. Hey, Cody, how you doing? Please retrieve these magical materials for me. Rest assured, your reward shall be generous. And she has sent me to gather 10 of these insignia mages ones, which I have 677 of, so I'm a-okay with submitting those to her in exchange for these 5 arena permits and 200 stamina. Then she says they have the audacity to think they can withstand Vanderhorse. It is ludicrous. I need your fighters to teach them a lesson. And so now we have a stage here. It is two portals to protect. They've got 4 air portals and then 2 ground portals going to come after us. I don't know if this is one of the ones that does damage over time or not, but I guess we'll find out momentarily. Cody says, by the way, YouTuber finally released some vids on the new paint champs and they look really good. Awesome. So did you find out, is there any kind of confirmation that you've seen on whether one of them is going to be an ancient and one of them is going to be a legendary like a normal pool? Or is it still kind of speculation? Yeah, let's click fight here. We've got I guess this is probably what I used last time. That I did this one, so I'm going to go ahead and just use the same crew. I mean, it looks fine. Make sure I have all my guys' gear on because I did some gear switching earlier. Let's see. Cody says, I believe they're ancient and normal pool. Okay, cool. Good to know. Hey, Del, how you doing? All right, let's go ahead and start this, and I'll see what we've got here. Okay, looks like these Blossom guys are going to be doing their thing. So I'm going to just put Arrogance out front, and I'll put Edrin out front, and then I think I'll throw Edril back here, put Dao Chan in the middle, and then probably I can just stick Setram. Yeah, right there. Seems fine. Should be able to take out a lot of that. We've got some guys in the air, but that shouldn't be an issue. I was not considering the air guy when I put Edrin there, but that's okay. I'm not too concerned. Looks like Dao Chan will be able to hit those back guys pretty well. So let's stick. We can put Silkadins here. Should be fine. Let's go ahead and shoot off these ultimates. And then we can put, well, let's see, we can put Maul, I think, up there. And that way he'll still be within healing range in case there is a damage over time element. I don't see anything like that going on. So this is just the Blossoms, I think, more than anything. I've got a Nora. I may as well stick her here. She can then hit this guy and also have her dragon doing all those dragon things. And I think this will be pretty straightforward battle here. Nothing new on the champions that Dill has seen. Cool. Good to know. Well, no. Looks like one of those guys actually made it by. Not enough to matter for this fight, but always a bit of a shame when that happens. think I have the next, there's like an event going on where you put items, you arrange them in a bag or whatever. Backpack. It's like a backpack event. Um, and I think I have that opened up and should probably go check it out. I'm just kind of curious as to who did what here. Um, really, there's not that much. Okay, so Cetrum did very, very well on this fight. Arrogance and Nora did similarly. Interesting. All right, so let's complete that. See what we have going here. I have quite a bit of stamina somehow, so I think I'm going to go ahead and throw some into this artifact material raid right here. Let's go ahead and go auto fight on stage 17 for however many that does. Then I think I want to come and check out this backpack thing now that I've been reminded it exists. But first I better go claim this, right? The hero's visit? Makes sense. Let's complete this and get whatever those rewards are. It is one legendary summoning crystal shard. Very nice. Cody pulled A1 Valise today. I don't know who Valise is, but congrats on the pull. It sounds good. Volka says, excellent work. Make sure to relay to your fighters that opposing the vampires is a futile endeavor. Yeah, we'll get right on that, Volka. We're gonna let them know. Alright, so we go to events, and then we have knapsack expedition. That's what they call it. It's not a backpack, it's a knapsack. Alright, calling all clutterbusters. Sort out the treasures, organize your knapsack, and uncover the hidden rewards. Now, I'm not particularly good at this kind of thing, you know? So be not concerned when I mess it up terribly. There's some things that you can only kind of put in certain places very effectively. So like you got this long one, it's gotta go, you know, there's only a certain number of places that it can go. I don't know where, you know? And if I could stick it in my mind the way some people can, then I would do a lot better, I'm sure. But me being me, that's not what we're doing. See, I had initially thought of putting this here, and then of putting the, like there and then there. And that still may kind of be the way to go, possibly. And then we could move this here potentially. I don't know. It's not great because the curve doesn't really work very well, you know. Because we have this whole, you know, there's a curve that has to be considered. You know, so we could put it like here, for instance. But if we put it here, then we would have to do like maybe the cup on its side this way, and then we could do like this here. I don't know. It doesn't quite work. It almost works, but it doesn't quite work. To do that, and of course, you know. I don't know. I'm not sure what the answer here is, but we can mess around with it for a minute and try different things and kind of see where we're at. Trouble is, yeah, it just doesn't do the way that I want it to. When I first did this, I wanted this to go here. When I first looked at it, but now I'm not even sure that that's a good idea. We'll move stuff around and see what feels decent. This doesn't. I'll tell you that right now. This won't work at all. Alright, so that in mind, let's just move things into weird directions and see what I can see here. Like, for instance, what if I went this way? Nah, that doesn't work at all. It's terrible. Terrible. Okay. It's gonna take me a whole minute to figure this out, I can tell you. I'm so bad at it. Okay. If we went in that direction, we would have to change everything about this, pretty much. This won't work at all. No way, Jose. That being said, you could potentially, no, can't do that either. Won't work. Alright, alright, alright. Yeah, I don't know. It'll certainly take me a minute. For one thing, okay. So if the bow goes, or the fishing rod goes there, sorry, then the the dagger would have to go here, right? If the dagger went here, that would mean that the coins couldn't go there. That nothing could go here. It can't work like that. So what that means is that the bow or the fishing rod can't go there, right? I think so. Now, what could go there is the dagger could go there. That would give room for a lot of different things. Now, that being said, also the lantern could go there. But say we did that, and then the coin could go there. This is just a possible way. But again, the problem that we run into is that if we have the dagger there, if you have anything that's only one column there, then the only thing that can go with that is going to be this guy right here. That's the only thing that can go by that dagger if we have that corner, right? So if we did that, then we would have to put this gold coin set right here. And if we did that, then this would have to go here, right? And that's where we'd be at the moment. The trouble is, okay, so if we did that, there's a couple of possibilities. I mean, you could put this here, but the problem is that if you did, then the fishing rod would have to go in the next one over to the left, and it won't work because we have wrong direction for the watch if we did that, so it won't work. So the only other options would be to fill that up. We would have to put this here, and then we would have to put the fishing rod, and here it is. All right, this was it. There it is. All right. Let's see. Dill says I always look up the solution for these. I usually like to do the mini game myself, but not this one. Well, it's an interesting thing. I'm not very visual, and so it certainly takes me longer than it should. I know that some people are probably just flying through this, but for me, I have to have to reason it out. And okay, I don't see things in my mind. I'm one of those people who I actually can't visualize at all. So so it makes it very difficult. Like I know my father could imagine something and then he could turn it around in his mind, and he could even look inside of something, right? If it was a like in his mind. And I can't even see something. If you tell me to imagine an apple, I cannot imagine an apple, period. I can remember an apple if I have a memory with that. Then I can remember what I saw, but I can't turn things. I can't change things. I can't change the color. I can't actually visualize it. I can only remember it. So it makes it difficult. All right. So, but that's part of the fun, right? Is trying to figure out what are we doing here. Okay, now we have 3 singletons. We have a couple of 4 blocks, and a couple of 2 blocks in different directions, and then 2 4-block rows. So what can we do here? What can this possibly look like? Who knows? It's kind of this may be in some ways more difficult. Not really sure. We have 2 of almost everything, but not quite everything, and we don't have really anything good to do with it. I want to put this here. I mean, we can just start trying things and see what works, certainly. Ultimately, I doubt it's the right way to go. But we only have a couple of things facing up. We don't have to make things exact because we have 2 1 blocks I mean, it, it seems like we could just do like this, but surely this isn't right. It looks like it's super easy. Maybe it is super easy. Okay, maybe there's a bunch of different ways to do this one, it looks like, because obviously there are different things that these three could do. That one was, I don't know, maybe that one was just very hard to mess up. So we got 1 ancient summoning crystal and 50 stamina for that. And now we completed that, apparently. So it says all treasures have been organized into the knapsack. Very cool. All right. Well, I'll take it, Yeah. Well, excellent. We finished out Tales of the Smith. Well, we had it on Brave Conquest. Looks like we have 13,329. And would be cool to get up to 18,000, but the event ends in 10 hours, so that's something to think about. Spiritual altar, of course, I don't have much, but I will go do my summon for the day on that. Even though there's nothing fancy, I do have the quest to do, so let's go ahead and use one of these and see what we get, which will almost certainly be nothing exciting. But we'll find out. Maybe. I don't know. I clicked the button. Nothing happened. Apparently, we'll go back to try that again. Alright. Click the button better. Alright, we got Gokrin, 3-star fighter. Stage Crimson. This feral beast rouses allies with his war cry and goes berserk when health is low. Nice. Gokrin. So now we still have 11 summons left. I don't know that I care to work on that though, because I don't know, maybe I should. I could potentially get a few of these 4-star psychic powers for what I have left. In fact, I would almost certainly get that, and potentially get the 2 epic skill crystals. It's I don't see anything close in this that's really that enticing. I would like to get the diamonds, but I don't think there's much chance that I would get anything that would give me enough points for that. That would have to be, that would have to be pretty good luck, and very unlikely because I'm not anywhere close to pity or anything like that. So, seems like probably not the best bet. I will try to get some more of these, however, these items on this Brave Conquest theme. So let us accept these. We got 45,100 coins, 8,250 XP potions, 40 flawless meteorites, 45 radiant meteorites, 129 mithril, 420 mystery of artifacts trophies, and 420 Brave Conquest points for those 11 background fights there. Cody says I'd save, to be honest. Yeah, me too. I mean, that's kind of, like I said, I could do the other, but I really don't see the benefit with the next things that are coming up aren't really that impressive for what I see. And Dilla's agreeing that good stuff is coming. Yes, I think so too. All right, so we got that, and I wonder what I was doing. It's always a struggle here. Okay, Oracle's Trial, Mystery of Artifacts, and we're gonna run some of those, whatever I currently have in the way of stamina, which is a little over 100. Let's go ahead and run those background fights there. All right, hop out of that, and let's see here. We have some quests to claim. One quest to claim, which is for performing one summon. We get 2 4-star psychic power shards. Cody says, I can't believe we're getting Dao Chan again, but there are a lot of new players lately. And she came last year for Valentine's Day, if I remember right. Cool. I mean, it makes some sense, I suppose. She has the Serenade of Love, right? So that ought to be, hand in hand with the Valentine's Day thing. That's cool. Now, I'm checking storage. No, that looks like it's not. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go back to storage and go to artifacts, because maybe I have some things to forge here. Who knows? I do. I have some things. Nothing that terribly exciting, but I do have some legendary pieces I can attempt to forge. I do think it's weird that they call it a legendary forge when you're much more likely to get an epic piece than you are to get a legendary piece. Kind of weird. All right, now we have here Soulbane Rosary reduces max, and this is class limited to defenders. So we're going to start with that. Reduces max hit points by 20%, increases attack by 8%, and increases attack speed by 30%. So this, if you've got a defender that you really want to be a DPS and not really a defender at all, then I suppose this you would throw upon them and say, hey, be a fighter instead. Then we have Scarlet Hunt, class limited to fighters. Deals 20% extra damage to targets inflicted with bleed. I've got to go through sometime and see who I have that does bleed, because I'm not really sure if I have anybody that would be very helpful on. So there you go. We got Heart of Thorn here, which is class limited also to defenders. When taking damage, there's an 8% chance of dealing damage equal to 10% max hit points to the attacker. That seems like it could be cool. I mean, increasing the DPS for a defender is pretty cool, because if especially the HP dependent, yeah, that's cool. All right. We got Lucky Legacy over here. Each time you restore cost, there's a 5% chance to restore twice the amount. And that feels like it would make sense for people like Dalen, and I think there's another one that I have. And I can't, Cyrene, I think, restores, possibly. I have to look at them. But, because I don't really use Cyrene very much, I think she might restore cost. Certainly Dalen does, so that would be something that people like that could wear. Then we have the Watchguard's Wisdom. Increases the chance of triggering an additional basic attack by 0.2% for every 1% increase in rage. This effect will be triggered up to 1 time every 5 seconds. I have that on somebody right now. Can't really remember who. Then we have Bloodlust Phylactery, which is class limited to defenders. Increases damage permanently by 1% when damage is taken. Cool. Stacks up to 15 times. The defenders, in my experience, the defenders haven't really been big on damage dealing. I don't know if that's what I would want to do with my defenders. Primarily, if I'm going to be using a defender, I'm going to be using it to try to block something, right? To try to hold stuff off. And while increasing DPS is good, I would typically prefer to, for the DPS classes to get that kind of benefit. Now, I understand this is class limited to defenders, so if you were wanting them just to, if they were not getting hit really hard, then you wouldn't need to increase like their defense or anything like that. And then maybe you could throw on something like this as just a way to get some extra DPS out of something, or if something wasn't particularly, if it wasn't particularly dangerous, but you did need to block it, then that would make sense. All right, and then we have Ninev's Mercy. I don't know Ninev, but here's her Mercy. For his Mercy, probably her. Class limited to healers. Looks like it says when entering the field, increases healing effect by 10. I think it's interesting that it specifies when entering the field. So it comes out and it increases the healing effect of the hero. Does it not simply maintain that healing effect while it's out? Will it? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that why that's worded in the way that it is, but that's okay. We're going to come over here and try to forge some mythics. We have a very low chance of forging mythics on the Mythic Forge. 20% chance of it being mythic. Feels, I don't know. It's not exactly on the nose. We got the Watchguard's Wisdom, which we saw that a moment ago. That was increasing basic attack by 0.2% for every 1% increase in rage. The North's Glory is for healers. Healing a unit to full HP has a 20% chance of granting them a shield equal to 20% of its max health for 10 seconds. The effect can only be triggered one time every 5 seconds. So that's pretty cool. The North Square, I think I have that, but I don't remember if I have it on. Then we have Eagel's Gaze. I know I have this one already. It's a legendary artifact for marksmen specifically. Dealing critical damage has a 15% chance to ignore 30% of the target's defense and magic resistance for 3 seconds. Cool. We've got the North Sworn again. We just read that one. And then we've got Shadow Gaze. Shadow Gaze is class limited to marksman. Increases attack by 10% for every 5 attacks, lasting for 5 seconds and stacks up to 2 times. So if you have somebody who has a very high attack speed, it would make sense to put that on them. Okay, cool. Let's get out of there. See what else we can do. Dill says that Eagel's Gaze is good, and Cody says still got 3 USS though, and 3 PS. Oh, I see. It's USs maybe, and 3 PSs. I don't know what is. I know that PS's Power Stone is US. I don't know, Ultimate. I don't know what's that. It's US. USs. Alright, over on Brave Conquest, we can now claim 100,000 gold. Nice. Like it. And then we get the background fights complete unpolished. That makes sense. Unpolished soul stones. Okay, cool. Thank you. Unpolished and polished. That makes sense. I think I may have said Power Stone or something like that. Who knows? Alright, so we got 20,500 coins, 3,750 extra potions, 16 flawless meteorites, 26 radiant meteorites, 62 mithril, 200 mystery of artifacts trophies, and 200 brave conquest points there. Very cool. Let's see. We're out of stamina at the moment, but I feel like I may throw some more stuff into it anyway. We're at 13,529, so that run gave us I want to say 500 points. I could be way off. I maybe wasn't paying enough attention, and I don't remember either how many we just did. So, very, very useful information that. But I think we can probably get those diamonds at least. So let's go back over to the Artifact Material Raid. Stage 17, and let's try to fight some of these battles here. How about it's a 41 of them? Why not? Alright, start here, and we need 897, so let's do 4 of these. Oh, well, maybe I can click buttons better in a second. Alright, let's do 3 more of these. And then we need 97 more. And so I'm going to use, actually, why don't I just use 2 of these? And then we can do 42 fights instead. Why not? Let's do it. Alright, minimize this. Let's go check out Arena. I don't know how things are going over there. Alright, we have 9 arena permits to use. 278,529. And I do know that I didn't do a great job probably on setting this one up, but that's okay. I don't mind. However, I just can't fight the ones here twice. My BP. Strange, I know. It's a little much there, folks. I think I'll not do that and say I did. How about that? All right. So hop out of there now. I think I want to check out the faction trials. I haven't looked at them as far as what is, what the faction is today. Let's come on over here. We've got Trial of the Infernal. Okay. All right. It's interesting. Let's see here. Cody says I really can't wait to pull some shards. I think I'm going for A3 Paintress, aka Rosalia on her end. Rosalia. And Dill says I keep hoping that they change Arena. It's such a mess. As far as who you're fighting against, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Feels like things could be a little bit more balanced. But at the same time, it's not that bad. Cody says the new champs might shake the arena up from Valara teams all the time. I have seen Valara and Valkyrie or something like that. Valkyria, I don't remember her name. But both of them are pretty good in arena. Valara, right there, Valara, and that's the one you're talking about. And then, yeah, I don't remember Valkyra, Val something like that. Very good, and of course, Hot Suit is amazing. Very impressive. I tried to get her that one day, but that she was on the banner and I pulled a bunch, but wasn't able to. Um, but pretty impressive character in there anyway. All right, let's see. What do I have here? Who knows? Map info. Okay, it's this one here. And I recall the issue was previously that it didn't have enough melee fighters to do it. I think maybe now I do. We'll see. Let's go to fight. Maybe I don't. Okay, so looks like I must have. Okay, right. I had been able to use Solkadins at the top, and that combined with Cetrum was pretty decent. Let's see. Who would I remove? Who's this guy? I forgot. I think he heals himself and things like that. Titus. Okay. So I think, did I end up using Titus? I don't recall. Um, I may, I may have ended up using him as the tank. The problem is we don't have a lot in the way of melee units. I think I had stuck Xena down and then didn't really end up doing much with Titus because he can't be healed. He does heal himself, however, and for every 6 instances of damage taken, temporarily triggers the thermal barrier, increasing damage reduction by 30% for 5 seconds. Restores HP equal to 5% max HP when the thermal barrier ends or refreshes. Yeah, I don't really recall. I suppose I'll go ahead and try it as it stands and just see what happens. We'll throw some gear on some people. We need it. Increases damage permanently by 1% when damage is taken. Stacks up to 15 times. Well, I doubt that's going to really come into play, but it will increase his HP and attack to put it on him. So, hey, I'll take it, you know? How about we put something on somebody else, too? Maybe Nocturne next. And I can try to level somebody up a little bit too, just to make it more reasonable. Increases damage by 10%. Dealing damage has a 25% chance of slowing down the target by 50% for 2 seconds. This effect can be triggered up to 1 time every 4 seconds. Well, that seems fun. Alright, so let's all find a roll for him. And then let's do, I don't know if I was actually using this guy. I don't remember who he is or anything about him. Pyros. I wonder what he does. Pyros increases his attack speed by 50 first attack, 5 seconds, stacking up to 6 times. We don't care about his Lord skill. His ultimate, when activated, increases damage by 60% for 15 seconds and marks 1 target in range with the highest HP at the moment to make it a prioritized target, while dealing 30% damage per second. The mark lasts for 7 seconds and explodes at the end of its duration, dealing 200% AoE damage to nearby allies. When the hero is deployed as the Lord, gains focused fire effect. We're not doing that for sure. Inflicts vulnerability and to magic and physical on targets marked with destruction command, and increases the AoE damage multiplier by 150% when the mark explodes. So that makes some sense to be putting him in, just for that increase in damage taken from physical and magic from that guy. So possibly that might be why I had him in there. Not really sure. I'll throw some equipment on him. One way or another. Critical hit increases critical damage by 25% for 3 seconds. Sure, why not? We've got, looks like an eye is also missing some gear. I had just, unequipped everybody earlier today and threw some new stuff on them to fix some issues. We got the Watch Guard's Wisdom increases the chance of triggering additional basic attack by 0.2% for every 1% increase in rage. Well, I don't think that's going to be all that helpful in this circumstance, but that's okay. It's fine. Getting some stat boosts anyway. Let's see. Let's do Marine next. Let's see here. Cody says Rosalia is basically Valara, but she can't move. Valara can't move, or Rosalia can't move. Valara can move, yes, because she's a tactician, right? Cody says she's kind of Valara mixed with Meza, in my opinion. That's a deadly combo. I mean, that sounds pretty good. Alright, let's see here. We've got Maureen, and Maureen needs some gear on for sure. Increases attack by 10% for every 5 attacks, lasting for 5 seconds. Stacks up to 2 times. Okay. Seems all fine and well there. Okay. Oh yes, Autumn needs some gear on. I don't know how that'll end up being, if I do much with that or not, but we'll see. Okay, this increases healing multiplier by 30% when healing a hero with less than 30% hit points. Whether that comes into play or not remains to be seen. It's not super likely that I'll even throw her out for this. Hey, Jibba Jabba, how you doing, man? Been a while. Haven't seen you. Okay. Now, let's give this a shot and see how it goes. Have to deploy at least 6 heroes from Infernal Blast. And the stage with Soul Core intact. Alright, now, we have somebody here who's going to slow things down. I think it was Nocturne. Oh, what am I doing? I've got to put Soul Kittens out on her, and also Cetrum out on her, which I should have possibly done first. Wrong position. We need him here so that he can hit her at match range. And then we're going to have to put out. Okay, there's no sense to go over there because Titus can't be healed. I'm gonna have to put out Xena here in a moment, because Xena has to be killing these folks, hopefully before they get too close. Then we can stick that guy there, Nocturne. Feels like a good idea. And let's see, I think previously I had put, possibly I had put an eye like this, but maybe I better not. Maybe I'll put an eye down here. Yeah, I think I'll put an eye down here. And then I'm not really sure where I want to go with it. Go ahead and get him doing his thing. And let's, I failed to pick up the people when I needed to. Didn't realize that they had already downed their, the boss opponent there. Queen, or whatever she's called. They got her anyway. And so, we don't need to worry about having those guys facing that direction. I think I'll go ahead and stick Titus down. Now, I think I can put, okay. Should be able to put Solkadins here and hit pretty well. And then we can take away probably Pyros and put Cetrum here. Yes. right, and then turn her into a DPS person. We've definitely got this round. Okay, well that wasn't too terrible. Much better than it has gone previously. So having another melee unit to be able to throw down there makes a huge difference for sure. We got 24 of these Might Insignia 2s, 90 Hero XP potions, and as to stats, Solkadin's ended up doing the most. Of course, that was because him and Setram were both on the boss the whole time, so they were shooting constantly. The Xena was next, and again, being in the positions that these guys were all in, it makes sense that they would be the top. It's kind of interesting that Nocturne did as well as he did with the position that he was in, but it also makes some sense because he was being able to hit all those guys that came from up there. All right. Now, um, let's see what this one looks like and whether I want to mess around with it or not. It's exactly the same look to it. Don't see what exactly is over there to the right and whether there's, anything like a portal down there. It's hard to tell. Not sure about that. We could try the same strategy again, see if it works. Who knows? Play at least one fighter. Well, yeah, that's in the plans for sure. Definitely want to do that. So we'll throw Sulkatins down right here. And we don't have any new portals over there, so that's all fine and well. And again, we'll put Citrum there. Now, I don't know that we'll actually manage to do very well with this because I think I was able to put her here last time. Because last time a couple got through the Xena blockade, and that was with lower BP guys. So whether that's going to work or not, I suppose we shall see. Only time will tell. For now, I think that putting Nocturne there and trying to slow people down a little bit makes some sense. Let's see. We put, yeah, I think putting a Nye here might be a good idea. Do need to try to pay better attention to when this boss goes down. For the moment, we can throw her down, and maybe that'll help Cetrum go a little bit faster with what he's doing. We'll see. Until such time that we have enough to stick out Titus, and it's, makes sense to do so. Okay, that one went down. So we're going to grab Solkadins and Cetrum immediately so that we can redeploy them as soon as possible. For the moment, maybe I'll throw this fellow up here, Pyros. I don't think that I need to put anybody down with Xena yet. We might need to in just a second. But I may as well get what I can from that. Now maybe is a good time because it looks like we're gonna have some people getting by in a moment. We lost Xena. That's not great because I don't have any way to defend beyond that at the moment, and I also don't have any way to hit them unless I just do like this. And it's a terrible, terrible positioning. No good. Did not work. Yeah, just couldn't quite get there. Needed more DPS at the bottom. No good, no good. Well, I wasn't sure if I would be able to or not. It was a solid no, I think. Alright, X that off. And good enough for now, I think. We'll go ahead and get out of there and go see what else we got going on. Which just finished these background fights, giving us 172,200 coins, 31,500 XP potions, 131 flawless meteorites, 175 radiant meteorites, 505 mithril, 1,486 mystery of artifacts trophies, and 1,486 brave conquest points. Welcome back, Cody. We also have a returned ship over here who's brought us some golden birch sap, 30 buttercream mushrooms, and 30 jumbo spinach. Okay, I thought I saw something. Oh yes, I see. It's first of all, Barut has some new things, none of which I want, and in events we've got some rewards. So Brave Conquest down to the bottom is 40 diamonds. Put 15,015 points, and we're like 3,000 away still from getting those 2 summoning crystals. So worth it? Feels kind of worth it. Maybe it's worth it. Dill says Infernal faction trials are pretty hard compared to the others. You think? I mean, it's I think the key thing is it's difficult to get enough of the melee units. That's what I've seen. Whether that's Bill's experience, I don't know. But for me, it's kind of hard. At first, I only had 1 melee unit, and until very recently, I just had 1, and then I have Titus, and then I got Scorch as well. But Scorch goes down fast. I have to use Cetrum and Sulkadins combined to be able to get that boss down. If I could afford to put Xena up there too, if I had enough DPS otherwise to be able to get Xena up there, then I think we could very quickly kill the boss, then move Xena down. But that hasn't been what I've been able to do there. Dill says, I never had Sulkadins, though she might have an easier time with them. Sulkadins certainly helps, but honestly, I mean, having Cetrum is a huge, it's definitely a huge boon. He's pretty good. Okay, we've got this clear faction trial on any difficulty level 1 time to claim here, which is 10,000 coins. Claim that. Alright, now, let's hop back over here to, oh wow, somehow I've managed to pull into the lead on this mystery of artifacts leaderboard. Not really my intention. What I want is to get this other thing, this Brave Conquest. I guess I could do some gear raids at this point. Instead of doing the artifact material raids, I think I need, so if I click go here and go to gear raid, I guess it's any of the gear raids. I don't know if I can make any progress in any of these. Let's try. Okay, gear raid 1 over here. Looks like we're on stage 19. I think this is the one with the barricade. I can try it. We'll see what happens. Okay, so we need a little bit of stamina for this. How much does it cost? 22. Alright, so we need 22 stamina, meaning we could use a couple of these. You know what? Let's use some friendship points for this. Why not? Appreciate that, all of my friends out there. Thank you. Alright, we got 30 stamina from that, and that should be more than enough to be able to fight this. So, okay. Here we have, okay, let's see if I can remember anything about this. I don't actually need this girl. I think her name is Leia, maybe. It's just that I like her boost that she gives. just for being a lord, you get increases faction team members' basic attributes by 15%. Periodically increases faction team members' damage and healing bonus by 50% for 20 seconds. And the more faction allies there are on the team, the more frequently it takes effect. When any faction team member is healed, their damage will increase by 25% for 10 seconds. So that's, that's a good thing overall. Don't know if I have anybody else, that I didn't previously, perhaps, that I would want to put up here. In place anyone else that I already have here. I could, in fact, trade Ain out. Maybe, but I don't know if I would want to. Let's see how many ground units we have here. We have 5 ground units. I don't know how many positions we need. At least 3, I would think. And then 3 behind the wall, 3 in front of the wall, possibly. Up to that many, probably. Let's see here. Currently have really just the one healer in this group. Second healer is not really a healer. And do I need to deal with that? Not sure. Not sure if that's going to be an issue or not. I could put Camille, would that make sense? Not really. I mean, I already have this girl who is low level, and has no gear on. Let's use her. Alright. Let's throw some stuff on her. And then maybe we give her some kind of levels or something crazy like that. Sure. We have 120,000. Why not? We'll just toss it all into her. Knock her up to level 43. What does she do? We don't know. Other than the Lord skill, that's awesome. Looks like this would be good. Triggers an enhanced basic attack after every 3 basic attacks, increasing its healing by 50%. That seems pretty good. Maybe I want to go do, looks like 7 of these endurance fights here. That feels like it's not a bad idea. So, 7 of these, and that'll cost 118 stamina. So, let's see, 118 stamina. You know what, I think we'll just use one of these big ones here, because I'm going to end up using it anyway, and I may as well do that now. And then, we can hopefully get enough to promote her up. Of course, should have gone ahead and gotten both of them, but not really, because I won't be able to start her up anyway after she gets this promotion. So, good enough. Alright, skills. Anything I want to do here? I mean, not really. I don't want to use that legendary skill crystal on her right now. Doesn't feel good. Maybe I might use it on Cetrum. He's pretty good stuff right there. Sulcadins is also good, but I think given the opportunity, Cetrum is going to be the way to go here on the skill up. So let's do that real quick while we're, waiting. Gotta get those trophies anyway. Rank 4 on hero training. So, extra damage dealt to shielded targets plus 10%. Well, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. Alright, so we got that. Is there anything else we want to do over here? We could skill up Hollow. We've got plenty of stuff to do that with. For what purpose, I'm uncertain. Right now, let's see. Maybe I have somebody else on this list I want to do something with. Maybe not, though, too. I could, I think I may have Wrath maxed out on his skills. I do. Could do something with A, and I end up using him a lot, but I mostly use him for, like a backup to Arrogance, essentially, to make Arrogance a little bit better. What would we be able to do here? Okay, it can actually make his skill cost less to do. And that could be worthwhile because that's what I end up using him for, is the ultimate, essentially to give his allies in range damage increase. And when I say damage, or when I say allies in range, I'm referring obviously to arrogance mostly. Sometimes I can stack them so that it's maybe Etran and arrogance, but either way, yeah, sure. Let's give it a random upgrade. We got a 50-50 chance for it to be um, the ultimate, and it was. So we ought to be able to do that a little more often. That's the other thing here. It's just his basic attack. I don't really see any need to do that right now. Okay, let's see. I don't know if we have Brienne in here. Could have her. I'm not sure if I need to. Is she is a watcher, so it wouldn't hurt. It really wouldn't hurt to have her along. I wonder if at this point she may actually be a better choice than a Nora. I think it's possible. So let's stick Xena down here, and then go ahead and use Brienne, and she'll get the advantage from this as well, where her damage will increase to 25% because she's on that team. So that feels like it's a lot better. Cody says the more AoE, the better for Guild Grade 1. Yes, I understand. I understand what you mean. And I may end up putting it back, but for now, I think I'm gonna try it that way, and then we'll see what happens and whether I decide to change that up or not. Highly possible that I will. Alright, let's go ahead and level this up for the moment. I think. It's been a while since I did this map. And so it's possible that once I run through it, I'll be like, oh, huh, that was silly. But we'll see. Alright, so we got her all upgraded on her skills. It's as good as that's gonna get. I thought I already had her maxed out. I do. Excellent. Alright. So the only purple that's not maxed out is Ain, and it's just his physical. Not real worried about that. I think that it's good enough. We'll see what happens. I think the last time I tried this, the issue was, yeah, I didn't probably didn't put enough AoE on it, or maybe my guys were getting killed. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, the healing effect of hero is not supported by crits, it says, which is interesting. Okay. Now, we can put some guys here. I think maybe I put arrogance here. You know, I'm already second guessing myself. I wonder if I should actually put them up front right now. Normally I would put them behind the barrier, and I may do that in a moment. I'm thinking, what if I put them up front, and then, you know, if they survive, this could be better. They may not survive. We'll see. But I'm thinking maybe we get a good front going there, and we can put this chick over here where she probably won't do a whole lot, and it's okay because the one there is Xena, and if she dies, no big deal. Don't mind that a bit. But for some reason, yeah, I was thinking of a different map, certainly. For some reason, I was thinking of flying guys, and that's not what we've got here, so there's that to consider. Actually meant to stick Cetrum out next and forgot what I was doing. Failing in all of the ways right now, actually. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not sure if Arrogance is one of the ones dead. He is one of the ones dead. So maybe I put Ain behind Edrin for the moment. So that his thing can go off. He has a heal that he does to himself, so I'll stick him over with the, the less good healing. So that's Brienne who will come out next. And we'll face her. I guess we'll face her inward. I don't know that she was hitting that turtle guy. She may have been, but I'm not sure that she was. And then we have Xena again. Ooh, it's not good. Not good. Yeah, just too many getting through for sure. So, couldn't keep the guys alive in that position. But also didn't, couldn't burn them down either. So, all right, let's try it again. And this time, let's try it behind. Dale says stage 19, nice. Cody says I'd bring in Nora, and I may end up doing that, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give this a good go first. Dill says you got a long way since last time I caught a stream. It'd be hard without an anti-healer. An anti-healer? What does that mean? Is that not like a damage dealer? The boss's heal is big. An anti-healer. What is an anti-healer? Something that prevents heals? How does it do that? Do I have one? Not sure. Yes, okay, let's see. Let's try this again. Makes it so the boss can't heal the enemies. Ooh, the boss. Interesting. Alright, well, for the moment, I'm going to just throw these guys behind the wall. And not her yet. Well, we'll just stick her out now. Why not? Then, if I'm gonna go that direction, I won't need the healers out yet, but I can stick her here. She's really, I don't know, that was probably not the best choice, honestly. I'm immediately second guessing that decision. However, our highest DPS guys are currently there. So, I'm going to stick Dao Chen here. Shouldn't need as much in the way of heals because of that positioning. Xena is perfectly fine to die. That's kind of, not an issue. However, don't really want Cetrum to die. I don't really mind some of these guys dying. Brienne, sure, we'll try to save Brienne. I don't have a great place to stick Aim right now, so I'll just throw Wrath out here. Unfortunately, I'm an idiot and did not switch Dao Chan to healing stance when she was going down, so that's gonna be an issue for sure. Not having her out, not great. I don't know if this is going better or worse than last time, honestly. I have no idea. Put her over here for now, because I still don't have Dao Chan back yet. About to get her though. There we go. Alright, that's more like it. And put Brienne up here. And things are about to go real bad here. But we've gotten decently far along. We're on 19 kills at the moment, so it's okay. That was 22 kills. I don't remember what it was at, but it's not too bad. Um, Dill says I think there's only like 4 or 5 anti-healers. Definitely not many of them, says Cody. Okay. Well, all right. We can try it with uh switching out. I suppose switching out Brienne with Nora, which is how it initially was. I should have checked to see where the damage was. That was silly of me. I think though, yeah, that would have been smart. Um, Poor choices all around there. Okay, try that. Um, Now actually, yeah, I really should have looked at the damage because I don't know if I was doing better with Brienne or with Aang during that because I could take him out. I have no idea. No idea. I mean, there's other options. I could throw. Okay, there's a lot of other options, obviously. Um, hmm. I've tried. I keep trying more. Keep wanting him to succeed in such times as these. Um, I keep being disappointed in him, unfortunately. Master is the worst though at that job, but can someone get it done, says Cody. Um, Dale says I used Dimmy. I don't have those guys. I know that much. I don't know who they are. Okay, let's see here. What could I do? Um, Anai has what? I mean, she got the burning stuff. Nothing that would help. Now, Gluttony. Gluttony has some stuff. He's not great. He might could. He might could come into play here. I don't know. It's a tough thing. I think if I wanted to put Gluttony in, I don't remember. I think he only hits one space ahead, so he would have to be out in the middle of everything, kind of like Wrath. Um, could put him instead of Aang. Aang's not in a great position anyway. So if we switch those, I don't know, better or worse, hard to say. It would increase the attack speed of Wrath and Arrogance to do that, which may actually be better than having Aang in just by having him out at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. We'll try it. Let's see what happens. All right. I think I'll go with the same kind of start. We could do Arrogance, then Edrin, and then Xena once they'll get there. Before that, I think I'll go ahead and put, I want to put Neutral out. I'm really not sure that she's that helpful in this instance. That one's incoming, so what if I stick her out here? Does that make any sense? I don't know. Hold on. Maybe I go back and check and see how far does he just hits one head. I wonder if he can hit through this fence. Let's see if he can. Do a little testing here. We're behind the wall, so let's do this. He can hit through the fence, so do like that then, and then we'll stick Xena out here where she will get killed and she can do all of her DPS. That seems wondrous. Alright, now I want to stick her out, but what if instead I stick him out right here? No, right here, right? I think so. Okay. So right there. And then we can do um, this Hedral over. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? It could go either way, I suppose. But we'll try getting Nora out first because, as mentioned by Cody, she is AoE versus Hedral, who I think just doesn't do as much anyway. So sure. Give it a go. And then we'll do the ultimates on these guys. Man, Neutral is down already. I didn't get the healer out in time to prevent that, but that's alright. The healer is, not all the way there anyway. Xena's about to go down, which is fine. Now I can throw Wrath out, and he can be on the side that has the somewhat weaker healer. The gate is about halfway down, but we've got 24 of them dead at the moment. That was the wrong button, trying to hit this one. Almost triggered Dao Chan into DPS mode accidentally, which wouldn't be the worst idea. Looks like everybody's good health, so I'm actually going to do that real quick. And then we'll switch back immediately. Get a little bit of the healing going. And I think we do that right now. Oh wait, we only have one deployable. It's going to be Xena. I cannot see over there. Somebody went down fast. No idea who. That was Nora. That was the healer, I think? No, it wasn't the healer. Who was that? That was Neutral. Ah, man. Well, hey. 38. Not too bad. 38 out of 59 there. Not too bad. Alright. Might could have done better by switching Dao Chan to DPS earlier. And yeah, maybe so. We'll try it again. Alright. Don't know if it would be good enough, but a little better. And this time I think I will put, yeah, let's drop an agent down first. I didn't check the damage again. Ah, what a fool I am. Alright, let's actually do Wrath, I think. Okay, Dao Chan first, right? That makes sense. Then Wrath over here to start hitting that group there. These guys aren't really getting hit yet, so they should be fine in that regard. I shouldn't put her here, I should put her over here. And then we've got, I think I'd like to do Cetrum next. And he can go back here. And then, let's see her. And we'll try Nora after that. And I better switch over or he's gonna die. And he may anyway because I waited too long. We've got... Okay. What's better? Putting Etro out? Or maybe actually putting Gluttony out in this group of disastrous creatures here. Who knows? Change her over to DPS mode for the moment. And I think, well, we have her. She doesn't actually need to be put out, but we may as well. And that way, for the moment, we can keep Dao Chan in DPS mode. As soon as this one's done, Xena Gonna pull this back, put Xena out over here, facing toward the right. And I better switch Dao Chan back. Now we can switch Dao Chan back to DPS again. And then gotta change her over. Try to stop this incoming disaster here. It's not going great over there. But we've got the healer out again. Gonna switch Dao Chan back, at least for the moment. Wall is down. We're at 37 out of 59. Got up to 41. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Has Bogatua pulled anything lately? Let's see. I'm not sure what the latest thing he's got is. Dill says those guys who come from the bottom part portals do a bunch of damage. Yeah, and I'm wondering what if I don't, what if I actually just keep the other healer out and then just switch Dao Chan back and forth every time her ultimate's up so that she continues to have that half running on both things. She'll have one on full and one on half. Pretty consistently. And then I could have the secondary and not as good healer, or it's not even that she's not as good, she's just not leveled up and all that. Filling in the gaps. Try that again. But yeah, I'm not sure if he's pulled anything else amazing. I would say not. I think he's kind of saving up on his diamonds for this upcoming Valentine's Day stuff. Okay, and then I think we do Dao Chan, switch her over, and then throw. Well, okay, let's wait on Xena, put Wrath out, then we'll throw Xena out next. Here. Do Cetrum, and I wonder if it would be more helpful if we just face if I put neutral here, facing that direction. That might make some sense. Not yet. I think I'm gonna do actually I'm gonna lose Cetrum if I don't do something. So let's get him back into decent shape. And then do like this. We lost Xena, that's fine. Not a problem. Let's throw Gluttony out there for the moment. Maybe no, let's not, because we only have one deployable spot. Well, I guess we will. That was what we call an error. Alright. Fine and well. We've got Nora over here. Okay, we've got Xena back out, so I'm actually think I'm gonna pull Gluttony if I can find him. Where's Gluttony at? Oh, he's already dead. Well, there you go. In that case, let's pull back Idril and put out Xena. I could be wrong, but I think Idril was probably the lowest man on the totem pole as far as DPS goes. About to lose Cetrum if I don't fix that situation. Ah, I put neutral in the wrong spot. Like, ooh. Okay, that wasn't too bad. 43? Alright. Either way, it didn't make a lot of difference whether I did it that way or the other way, but it's just not bad. Not bad. Alright, Dill says, I think all of your raids get a lot more difficult from 18 to 19, then from 21 to 22, they get a lot more difficult again. Cody says, yeah, I'm down 24 in Guild Raid 1 and 2, but 3, I've got to wait for Lady A or the next best thing. Oh, done. I'm down. Cool, cool. Let's actually look at the stat system. All right, arrogance is topping the damage here by just a little bit. Adrian is close follower. Um, then Xena is next, but it's a distant